Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is May 7th. It is Thursday. Welcome to it. My good things for today are students who are responsible for their own work and don't shift blame. Some good things that you shared with me yesterday are ducks, going to Korea, The Outsiders, tacos, frosted flakes, pizza, lemonade, waffles, personalized phone cases, uncle's birthdays, Razco, Leonard Hofstadter, MIDI keyboards, new shoes, and talking with friends. I just realized I don't have the right thing on the screen, so there we go. This is what you should be seeing right now. On Tuesday, I asked you to do that anticipation survey and read chapters 1 and 2 of The Outsiders, as well as browse that pre-reading activity. So, let's get into that. Oh, before that, where are your essays? Your final drafts of your argumentative essays were due on Tuesday. Too few of you have completed them. I am catching up on stuff on Aries, so you may be disappointed when you see what is in Aries if you have not completed the argumentative writing assignments that I asked you to share in our shared folder, if you haven't created a shared folder, or if you have not yet turned in your final draft. So take care of those things. All right, back to The Outsiders. Between today and 2 days ago, you should have read chapters 1 and 2 and responded to these items on this presentation. You needed to create a title for chapter 1, summarize what happened in chapter 1, and then answer this question about Ponyboy introducing his friends, talking about his life, and differentiating his group of friends, the Greasers, from the Socs, and provided a quote which shows this and explain why it's significant. I also asked you to do this. You're identifying the members of the gang and briefly describing them. The first item here, the wisecracker of the gang, is 2-Bit. Johnny is Ponyboy's best friend. He's also the youngest member of the gang, second youngest actually. Ponyboy is the youngest. And he's small, he's extremely quiet. He comes from an abusive home, and he has a scarred face from being jumped and badly beaten by the Socs. Derry, his name is actually Daryl, is Ponyboy and Soda Pop's oldest brother. He is 20. He is the caretaker for Ponyboy and Soda Pop because their parents have died in a car crash before the novel begins. He works as a roofer and other jobs, and he's very big, very strong. He's very smart. He's a great athlete. He could have gone to college, but lost that opportunity when he needed to care for his brothers. Dally is short for Dallas Winston. He is originally from New York City. He is the greasiest of the greasers. He has tales of gang life from New York City. He carries a big knife. He is very much admired for these things by the other members of the Greasers. Soda's best friend is Steve Randall. Doesn't like Ponyboy very much. Young member of the Greaser who tells their story, that's our narrator, Ponyboy. Ponyboy is a great student. He has skipped a year in school. He is also a very good athlete. That hasn't yet been revealed as of chapter 1. He is a greaser. His brothers are greasers. All of his friends are greasers. But think about how much, or more accurately, how little he has in common with the greasers, other than the fact that, they're friends, and that's how he identifies himself. And finally, Soda Pop is Ponyboy's middle brother. He has dropped out of school. He works at a garage with his buddy Steve, and he's extremely good looking. He is very happy-go-lucky. Everybody likes Soda Pop. Chapter 2. Come up with a title. Summarize what happens. Ponyboy loves and admires his brother. What can you infer makes him slightly ashamed of his beloved brother? I have already told you that answer, so I won't repeat it right now. Make sure you get it onto this slide, however. I was considering having you turn this in as an assignment, but I'm not going to. Make sure that you do it. Put it into your notes and reading responses. Basically, this is talking about stereotyping. Do you have any experience with this in your own life or in the life of people who are close to you? Brief summary of chapters 1 and 2. The book opens with Ponyboy leaving that Paul Newman movie. He's thinking about a ride home, and about Paul Newman. As he is walking home, he is jumped by the Socs, who are kind of following him in a Mustang. One of the Socs has big rings, and as he is there on the ground with a knife to his neck, his buddies and his brothers come to rescue him, and they have this altercation and argument with the Socs, and the Socs eventually leave, and Ponyboy goes on home. In chapter 2, Ponyboy and Johnny and Dally go to the drive-in movies. They sneak in, even though they have the money. They come across some Soc girls who are older than Ponyboy and Johnny. They invite Ponyboy and Johnny to sit with them. Dallas returns, says some very rude things to the Soc girls. Ponyboy and Cherry, one of the Soc girls, go off to buy sodas together, and they become friends. Ponyboy is kind of giving Cherry an education as to what Socs are, what they're like, and about himself. After the movie, they are walking home with these two girls when we have another altercation with the Socs. There is nearly another fight. Eventually, the girls agree to go home with the Socs, who turn out to be their boyfriends who have been drinking, etc., etc. And Ponyboy, Johnny go home. Actually, don't go home, but go to the lot near Johnny's and Ponyboy's house. Okay, that's it. Today I would like you to read chapters 3 and 4. Have this done by Tuesday. For chapter 3, you're coming up with a title, summary, answering that question, as well as doing this assignment, comparing and contrasting. You're pointing out the difference between the Socs and the Greasers. So in these two outside columns, how are the Greasers different from Socs, and vice versa? How are the Socs different from Greasers? And then in the middle, you're telling how they are similar. For chapter 4, once again, a title and a summary. Answer this question, and then fill out this, which is basically a matching assignment. You're matching the causes with the effects. So these are things that happen, and then these are the results of them, matching the letter for each of these 11 items to the correct effect on the right. That is it for today. Let's take another look at the assignment guide. Oh, last thing. I was thinking of doing a Outsiders live chat on chapters 1 through 4 tomorrow. This would not be mandatory, and I haven't 100% decided if I want to do it or not. I attempted to do some live chats earlier this year and didn't get a great response. It was rather kind of awkward and uncomfortable to the people who were there. If you would like to participate in a live chat about the novel, send me an email. If I have enough people who reply and say that they'd like to talk about the book, then we'll do it. And I will tell you whether or not we're doing it in tomorrow's screencast. So I'm going to put right here on the assignment guide, live chat with a question mark. Because if you express to me that you want to do it, we will. And if you don't, then we won't. All right, that is it for today. Do your work. Stay safe. Bye-bye.